Hello everyone. Today I like to share a topic of the animals in the LichtPuls podcast. More specific, it's about pet animals who live together with us every day, or the domestic animals um, of which we take care of every day. I like to share something about their characteristics, which have the ability to hold a mirror up on us, human beings. Why do people have pets? Because they like their company, because they give us friendship and love. We like to take care of them, to nurture them, give them lots of attention, and we love to cuddle our pets. With this, there comes a lot of responsibility. For instance, what happens if our dog or cat gets ill? How we deal with it maybe tells us something about how much we care about our animal. Or it even reveals to us something more where we are not aware of. Life presents us sometimes situations where it is extremely difficult to take a decision, where we even feel forced to make a decision, when we have to decide about life or death. I had a wonderful friend during 11 years, and his name was Filou. He was a giant red male cat. He died on the summer solstice, 21 of June 2019. Yesterday it was exactly 18 months ago. His teachings harbored lots of wisdom for me. Back then and now they even got more precise. He was a true Zen master, except for the subject of food. During the day he was oft craving for more food. And when he didn't get his plate with food, he showed in unpleasant ways his dominance, expressed his impatience by biting the electricity cables, eating paper and cardboard, whatever he could find. He came to me as a 2-year-old adult tomcat, and the reason why he had to leave the family who took care of him was because he was always eating the food from his mother, with whom he lived together for 2 years. In other words, he was dominating his mother. This character trait never really disappeared. Behind his craving for food, there was still a little kitty cat that was calling for love, play, and attention. It is only much later I got fully aware of this. Why do animals come to us? They are gifts of life. In my case, it was literally. Filou was presented to me as a gift in a big box. These gifts of life, we can see them as teachings or coincidences, as you want. In the meaning of coincidence, I would like to add the German and Dutch translation. Das Zufall fällt dir zu oder het toeval valt jou toe. You can even enhance it to human beings and ask the question, why do certain people appear in our lives? But here I want to discern between people and animals. Other than adult humans, animals are vulnerable. In the case of a pet, they are completely dependent on us. And there are various ways to interact with our animals, from taking care and loving your pet to, unfortunately, abuse and neglecting. Because of their vulnerability, there has been much abuse of animals and still is. As we look at the mass production of meat, but also on an individual scale. How easy it is to act out or mostly unconscious behavior on animals. A determining factor where the animals discern from human beings is they do not judge us. They don't have prejudices. Of course, they have their fears and pains, which can be easily misinterpreted. But an animal would never discriminate based on your skin color, gender, or way of living. An important value that domestic animals show to us is definitely honesty and integrity. A communication skill much of the human beings have unlearned. Because of maintaining a collective invisible law that is called don't hurt the other one feelings, which has even made its way to our common sense. It became a habit for many of us. It's like self-evident to say this or that to not hurt anyone. I'm sorry, don't say this or that to not hurt anyone. This is what I mean with detecting the false amendments. These are like habitual programs we have integrated on a subconscious level. What actually happens in the communication process is when you ignore to be honest, you're shutting yourself out. By that I mean you lock yourself out. There is a disconnection between the self and your emotions, which can even lead to disengaging from your emotions. Most of these processes are unconscious. The consequences it has on the body, the subconscious mind, and the heart are immense. As we have learned to not be honest with others out of so many reasons, for instance, to keep the peace, to not hurt or angry someone, we're on a much deeper level not honest with ourselves. In the long way, unconscious habits have the power, through their constant repetition, to create disastrous effects on the physical, emotional, and mental body. So I actually had the plan to talk about spirit animals too. I keep that for another time. The value of integrity came out as a necessity to share with you today. And this comes from mainly observations I did with the self, which I verified in the communication with others. There are ways to uncover this dishonesty with the self. And if you want, I can do a podcast about how to practice awareness and develop the ability to detect these false amendments. With this being said, I thank you very much for listening. And if you want, share your feedback. I wish you all a beautiful day. Bye.